Friends, on behalf of my Retired Life Foundation, we extend a very hearty welcome to all of you for this unique program, Sabki Suno, where people speak on different topics, they share their views, ideas, and some unique things also we learn about. To anchor today's session, we have with us our dear friend रमनी मूर्ति मैडम से मैं उनसे अनुरोध करता हूं कि आए और प्रोग्राम का संचालन करें. मैडम, फ्लोर इज ओपन टू यू.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity every time. And I'm really excited all the time to anchor this Sabki Suno program. So, दोस्तों, नमस्ते. आप सबको मेरा प्यार भरा नमस्कार. आशा करती हूँ आप सभी लोग बहुत अच्छे मूड में और अच्छी तबीयत लेकर बैठे हैं यहाँ. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज का हमारा सबसे इनफैक्ट सबको पसंद आने वाला सबकी सुनो प्रोग्राम. तो शुरू करते हैं. तो हमारे आज के पहले वक्ता हैं हमारे अपने रमनी अय्यर सर जी, जो बहुत कॉमिक हैं. उनकी हर बात पे मुझे बहुत हंसी आती है, बहुत अच्छा बोलते हैं. तो आइए रमनी सर, आपका सरप्राइज क्या है हम जानते हैं आज. आइए.
थैंक यू रमनी मैडम. आज कोई कॉमिक वाली बात नहीं है, बहुत ही सीरियस बात आपको सामने रखूंगा. गुड इवनिंग लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन. गुड इवनिंग लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन. Usually, I begin my talk in Sabki Suno sessions with the words "Dear friends," but today I started with the salutation "Ladies and gentlemen," because the title of my talk today is "Who is a gentleman?" What are the desirable attributes of a gentleman? The concept of a gentleman has evolved over the centuries. In medieval Europe, a gentleman belonged to the knightly class, that is, from the lords and others, his ideals being bravery and loyalty to his lord. Thinkers like Voltaire and Rousseau described a gentleman as a cultured, educated, and morally upright citizen. The Industrial Revolution shifted the emphasis towards personal integrity, hard work, and charity. The Victorian era had a gentlemanly code for men. The 20th century gave social structure and cultural attitudes, and that were the attributes of a gentleman. Concepts of honor, integrity, and compassion became increasingly important. What is the dictionary meaning of the word gentleman? A man who is polite and well educated, who has excellent manners and always behaves well. In fact, different dictionaries have got different versions of these attributes. But is that all that you need to qualify as a gentleman? Each religion has its perception of a good man, and the qualities prescribed range from courage and compassion to empathy, magnanimity, and diligence. The Bhagavad Gita describes 26 virtues that are to be cultivated as part of our spiritual practice. Chapter 16, the first few verses. But the definition of a gentleman, which I am going to talk about today, is written by Cardinal Henry Newman in the 19th century, because this is quite a popular definition and widely accepted because it has no religious affiliation. We all know him. We all know Cardinal Henry Newman as the author of the famous hymn, Lead Kindly Light. Many of us may not know that Henry Newman was initially an Anglican priest belonging to the Church of England and was teaching theology at Oxford University. The Anglican Church did not accept his suggestion for Reformation, and so he requested the Pope, who accepted him as a priest of the Roman Catholic Church. I think one of the rare cases of conversion from an Anglican church to the Roman Catholic Church. Over the years, recognizing his loyalty to the Catholic faith, the Pope promoted him as a cardinal in the Roman Catholic Church, and Henry Newman died as a cardinal in the year 1890. In the year 2010, he was beatified and was canonized as a saint in October 2019, a few years after Mother Teresa. Cardinal Newman's lengthy definition of a gentleman appears in his essay, The Idea of a University, published in 1852. But I am not going to read out his definition, but I will just present to you the crux of his lengthy definition of a gentleman. A gentleman is one who never inflicts pain. He carefully avoids whatever may cause a jar or a jolt in the minds of those with whom he is cast. His great concern being to make everyone at ease and at home. He has eyes on all his company. He is tender toward the bashful, gentle toward the distant, and merciful towards the absurd. He can recollect to whom he is speaking. He guards against topics which may irritate others. He is seldom prominent in conversation and is never wearisome. He never speaks of himself except when compelled, and he has no ears for slander or gossip. He is never mean or little in his disputes. He makes light of favors actually when he does them and seems to be receiving when he is actually conferring favors. He submits to pain because it is inevitable, and he submits to bereavement because it is irreparable, and he submits himself to death because it is his destiny. Well, this in short is his definition of a gentleman. Contemporary challenges and values expect a modern gentleman to be sensitive to diversity and social issues. The digital age has introduced new dimensions to a gentlemanly behavior with norms for online etiquette, digital literacy, and responsible use of technology. In today's world, where social media and instant gratification dominate, the importance of being a gentleman has never been greater. Yes, the need of the hour is not mere men who value themselves above all else, but gentlemen who value character above all else and those who never inflict pain. I think this inflicting pain has been a very, very prominent character. You can see that Mahatma Gandhi's famous hymn, Vaishnava Janato, Parayan ko Peeth, one who is sensitive to the sufferings of others. Everybody talks of pain. Mirabai also talks of pain. He talks to Krishna and then says, please remove the sufferings of man. So here also, Cardinal Newman, the first item he says is sensitive to pain, never inflict pain on others. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That's the end of my talk.
Thank you so much, Rami sir. Something new that I've heard this time, and really a very serious topic. And I don't know what can be a definition of a gentleman, though you have said many, but behind the scenes, I don't think gentlemen ever exist. Very difficult to find nowadays. Anyways, let me not talk about it. And very nice, sir. Thank you so much. So let's go to our next speaker. Thing unique. Let us see what he has to say. Aye, Naveen ji.
Namaskar. Good evening.
Namaste.
Namaskaram. Sat Sri Akal. Salam alaikum. And everything. Good wishes to each and every one of MRL group and my audience. First of all, I always say the word these days with gratitude, Dr. Sen Gupta. Actually, my theme is me and my retired life. What it has taught me in the last 4 years. Where do I stand? And who am I don't know. What am I don't know. I'm just a photographer with an eye which captures a lot of photographs and learns a lot. But at the same time, we should care and share. So first of all, with gratitude, we say that we used to have our teacher, our guru or something at a young age. But today, as we are bade bache and chote bache, So we are coming to that stage that we have a very good, talented, with all these evaluations, the best person in our life we have met is Dr. Sen Gupta and Mrs. Sen Gupta and each and every one of you. To recall, my daughter got her MBA from SIS College. Now I am doing MBA Part 2 for the parents. So the idea, what is the idea? What is our context? Why do we communicate? Why does so many programs come? In some we are interested, some we are not interested. But you will be surprised, this is the golden opportunity of ample of whatever we have, these opportunities which we missed in the early life, today we have it. And if you do it in the Sabki Suno or art of speaking, it is not going to spoil you. There is no ego clash. It is just a matter of expression. It is the context that communicates with compassion. That's what Dr. Sen Gupta has brought to us. That enthusiasm, that motivation. I'm not just applying some Moscow polish, but the fact is that we are doing something for the society and we are returning back to the society with years of experience in education and writing books. We are sharing with a common person at a common level. After all, our destiny is one, the same. Today we laugh, tomorrow we cry, another day we laugh. So when we leave, we should be prepared in every, we should feel satisfied. What is our internal wish? So how much happy you are is very limited, but how can you be happy and make others laugh? That's important. That's why we often say, let's join, what do you say? This laughter theory. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. The common man uses the logic. अरे मेरे को क्या बुद्धू बना रहे हो, मैं काय को हंसू, मैं हूँ. So he holds his stress, his dukh, his anger, his other inhibitions within himself. अगर वो भी हंसना लगे तो वो क्या बोलते, दिल तो पागल है, means have you seen, by this we are giving some exercise to our jaws. As we do in DMT, we dance, we speak, we make some fun, and we don't get angry. That state of stableness, which I found in my retired life, and everybody's understanding with silence that I work, though I'm a very talkative person. I thank each and every one of you for their contributions, but at the same time, there are more people to be seen as they suffer from the health, stress, and other anxieties or loneliness. We should communicate more often with them. It is the energy. Let us be the lighthouse to others, and that each and every one spreads these points, the good points, not about only my retired life, but whatever we have learned, what we have digested, what we have achieved. Instead of just praising about it, let's communicate and in reality, mix and match, meet people, go to old age houses, go to schools, go to anywhere in the garden, just speak about it. See the difference, how happy you would feel that you have shared this knowledge, which we are always hiding it, saying, मुझे बोलने को नहीं आता है, लोग क्या कहेंगे, कैसे होगा? Don't think about it, just do it. And it's part of the photography. I say, your life is a photography. Life is a dream. Life is a picture. It's all a dream, the whole life. At the end, what happens? When you wake up, you're in another world. With that, I would not take much time, but only the good points. And thank each and every one of you. And the essence, the context of my retired life has made us the best organization, NGO in India and in the world, as it depicting so many skits, programs, everything. A lot that each one should contribute, not just only say thank you, but come together and participate in every aspect of our opportunities which we are given, whether it is a drawing, whether it is painting, whether it is dancing, see how we had one of the best exhibitions, the photographic exhibition. I don't think any other organization has so far done it. And we are proud that we are the leaders under the guidance of Dr. Sen Gupta and Mrs. Sen Gupta and the whole batch of most talented people I met. I thank you. If there are any mistakes on my side, forgive me. But at the same time, learn with each other and be together. Let that oneness be always be there till we are here. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, Naveen ji. And I completely agree really in MRL, we are getting a chance to speak, and whatever chota mota talent that we have got, we are able to present it in front of our friends. And that's really very nice, very good, very well spoken. And very truly, I also agree, because I have also never spoken anywhere. Yeah, few anchoring I have done in school when I was teaching, but not like this. So thank you so much. Very nice. A clap.
Most welcome.
So we go to our next speaker now. That is N.K. Agarwal ji, Nand Kishore ji, and he's going to speak about tradition of performing yajna. So आइए अग्रवाल जी. Unmute करिए.
Okay. Now, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening and namaskar to all my friends. We have been always or are performing some sort of yagnas for the various causes, be it a marriage, be it an opening ceremony, be it some puja or whatever it is. But I want to just share some information about how this practice started and what really this means. So let me just share some thoughts with you. So yagnas are being performed for one cause or the other by almost every Hindu in their homes or in the communities together. Yajna, also called yajna, sacrifice, devotion, worship, offering, refers in Hinduism to any ritual done in front of a sacred fire, often with mantras. Yajna has been a Vedic tradition described in Vedic literature called Brahmans and as well as Yajurveda. The tradition has evolved from offering some good things, oblations, that is known as, and ghee, etc., into sacred fire, to symbolic offerings in the presence of sacred fire, Agni. Yajna rituals related texts have been called the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedic literature. The proper completion of yajna-like rituals was the focus of Mimamsa school of Hindu philosophy. Yajna has continued to play a central role in a Hindu rites of passage, such as weddings, modern, major Hindu temple ceremonies, Hindu community celebrations, or monastic initiations may also include Vedic yajna rites. Yajna rituals related texts have been called the Karma Kanda portion. The word yajna or yajna has the root in Sanskrit yaj, which means to worship, and appears in the very Vedic literature. In Rigveda, Yajurveda itself, a deviation of the root, and others, it means worship, devotion to anything, prayer and praise, an act of worship or devotion, a form of offerings or oblation and sacrifice. A yajna included major ceremonial devotions with or without a sacred fire, sometimes with feasts and community events. It has a threefold meaning of worship of the deities, unity, sangati karna, and charity. History, yajna has had a part of an individual or social ritual since Vedic times. Is there any disturbance? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Your
Yes,
voice
sir.
is clear, sir.
आप
Your voice is
बोलिए
clear.
बोलिए
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. because I thought I heard some disturbance, and that's why I was just wondering actually. Yajna has been a part of social ritual since Vedic times, when the ritual fire, the divine Agni, the god of fire, and the messenger of gods was deployed in a yajna. Mantras were chanted. Actually, it is believed that Agni is a messenger of messages from individuals to the gods. The hymns and songs sung and oblations offered into the fire were in a form of hospitality towards the Vedic gods. The offerings were believed to be carried by Agni to the gods. The gods in return were expected to grant boons and benedictions, and thus the ritual served as a means of spiritual exchange between gods and human beings. So again, it's very interesting that you ask for something and God gives you something. Definition of Vedic sacrifice. Yajna, sacrifice, is an act by which we surrender something for the sake of the gods. It may be cake, urdash, pulse, mixed milk, or animal, pashu, the juice of some plant, som, that's why it is somras, etc. Maybe smallest offerings of butter, flour, and milk may serve for purpose of a sacrifice. In the Upanishad times or after 500 BCE, the meaning of the term yajna evolved from ritual sacrifice performed around fire by priests to any personal attitude and action or knowledge that required devotion and dedication. The changing nature of Vedic offerings. How the offerings have been changed or have changed. The nature of Vedic exercises and rituals evolved over time with major changes during the first millennium BCE, changes that influenced concepts later adopted by other traditions such as Buddhism. Early Vedic period sacrifices involved animal sacrifices, but that rituals were progressively reinterpreted over time, substituting the offerings and making it non-violent or symbolic, with the superiority of knowledge and celebration of sound or of mantras replaced the physical offerings. The Vedic texts define a sacrifice as an act of abandonment of something one holds of value, such as oblations offered to gods and dakshina, peace, gifts, offerings during the yajna. For gifts and feasts, the text recommends giving cows, clothing, horses as gold. The oblations recommended are cow milk, ghee, clarified butter, seeds, grains, flowers, water, and food cakes, rice cakes, for example. These sacrifices were a part of ritual way of life and considered to have the inherent efficacy, where doing these sacrifices yielded repayment and results without the priests or gods getting involved. Deduced Scopersti states that these sacrifices were a part of ritual way of life and considered to have inherent efficacy, where doing these sacrifices yielded repayment and results without the priests or gods getting involved. These Vedic ideas had influenced the formulation of Buddhist theory of generosity. Buddhist ideas went further, criticizing the Brahmins for their decadence and failure to live in conformity with the Brahmanic legacy of the ancient Brahmins, who claimed the Vedic ancient lived in self-restraint, were ascetics, had no cattle, no gold, and no wealth. The Buddha sought return to more ancient values states where the Vedic sages had study as their gain and wealth guarded, and the holy life and their treasures, praised morality austerity, and non-violence. They performed sacrifices consisting of rice, barley, and oil, but they did not kill the cows. The 5 great Vedic yagnas, there were 5 types of yagnas which were specified. Bhut yagna, the sacrifice of food like rice cakes for all living beings to be done daily. Manushya yagna, with sacrifice of alms and water for fellow human beings to be done daily. Pitri yagna, with sacrifice for libation of water to be done for ancestors and to be done daily. Dev yagna, for homa, with sacrifice of ghee to be done for gods and to be done daily. And Brahma yagna, with sacrifice of words, reading of Vedas to be done for Brahmins, the animals, reality, ultimate reality, and to be done when possible. In Valmiki Ramayana, it is said that Ram performed Ashwamedha, Vajpaya, Pundarika, Rajsuya, and several other yagnas multiple times. The Vedic yagnas ritual is performed in the modern era on a square altar called Vedi or Vedi in Nepal, set in a mandap or mandala or kundalam, where wood is placed along with oily seeds and other common combustion aids. However, in ancient times, the square principle was incorporated into grids to build large complex shapes on community events. Now, during weddings, yagnas are must actually during weddings. Agni and yagna play a central role in Hindu weddings. Various mutual promises between the bride and groom are made in front of the fire. The marriage is completed by an actual or symbolic walk around the fire. The wedding ritual of Panigrahan, for example, is the holding of hand ritual as a symbol of their impending marital union, and the groom announcing his acceptance of responsibility to 4 deities. The Saptapadi, Sanskrit for 7 steps or feet, is the most important ritual in Hindu weddings and represents the legal part of Hindu marriages. Like Panigrahan, Saptapadi is performed in presence of fire, and in many weddings, after each of their 7 oaths to each other, the groom and bride perform the ritual of Agni Pradakshinam, walking around the fire with hands linked or with the ends of their garments tied together. For the 7 vows to take place, the holy fire is lit using ghee, wood, and cow manure in the Havan Kunda. The couple getting married walks around the holy fire, and the yagna fire is considered a witness to the vows they make to each other. In some regions, a piece of clothing or sash worn by the bride and groom are tied together for this ceremony. The seating arrangement during the 7 vows had also been carefully decided. According to Vedas, the bride is initially seated on the right-hand side of the groom, and after the completion of 4 vows, she is asked to sit on the left side of the groom, indicating he is now closer to his heart. Each circuit around the fire is led by either the bride or the groom, varying by community and region. With each circuit, the couple makes a specific vow to establish some aspect of a happy relationship and household for each other. The fire altar or the Yagna Kunda is square. The term means 7 steps, with each step corresponding to a pair of vows, groom to the bride and bride to the groom. Fire is the divine witness to the marriage, and after Saptapadi, the couple are considered husband and wife. For the 7 vows to take place, the holy fire is lit using this thing. According to Hindi mythology, fire is one of the natural elements Panch Tattva that makes the human body and thus considered important. It is believed that fire is capable of tying the couple in an eternal bond of marriage. So therefore, before starting anything of great importance, a yajna is performed to seek the blessings of God for its success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Agarwalji. You have given a very detailed information about the yajna. And in fact, when 2019, when I had gone to Bhutan, they had this mandala, huge mandala pictures on the walls. And that was their meditation thing and a part of yajna for them. So very nice, very nice
in fact, they used to use geometrical shapes actually to make big mandapams, big mandalas actually. And that's where it was a community event actually. But these days, since they are small, so they make a small Agni Kund, Havan Kund, and they have a square shape and they go around that actually.
Yes, sir. Yes. Everything has become very small now.
Yes,
in every...
that's right. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. You have given a very well information. Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So now we go to our next speaker. Speaker is Swapna Umarji, and she will speak about women empowerment. Swapna ji?
Yes, good evening, friends. Today, I would like to share my thoughts on the topic women empowerment. We celebrated yet another Women's International Day on 8th March. And as we do so, it is the right time to take stock of how women in India, who comprise half the country's population, have progressed in terms of social and economic status, which truly underscores their empowerment. Are women really empowered? Is the question. Female populace is still facing barriers in the society. How are women empowered when they cannot move freely in the fear of molestation, violence, and other such atrocities? Over decades, efforts have been made, but lots remain to be achieved when it comes to women's safety, violence, and discrimination. It is high time for the nations of the world to come together and re-strengthen their efforts towards women empowerment, their rights, and dignity. Pandit Nehru said, when women move forward, the family moves, the villages move, and the nation moves. Women are known for delivering multiple roles effortlessly per day, and thus they are the backbone of every society. The best part is that they fit the bill perfectly in every role: loving daughters, caring mothers, and capable colleagues. But they have also stood as a neglected bunch in different parts of the world. Life is hard and constrained for millions of rural women, as the unskilled and the semi-literate women are exploited every place. Many social, economic, and political provisions were incorporated in the Indian Constitution. Women in India now participate in areas such as education, sports, politics, media, art and culture, armed forces, service sector, etc. But due to the deep-rooted patriarchal mentality in the Indian society, women are still victimized, humiliated, and exploited. In spite of many hurdles, there are bright spots. There are high-profile women achievers from many sectors having the zeal to succeed and reach the top. These role models will prompt and inspire others to follow in their footsteps, thus resulting in more power to women. The IWD 2024 campaign theme is Inspire Inclusion. When women themselves are inspired to be included, there is a sense of belonging, relevance, and empowerment. Thank you. Hope more power to women. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Spoke very well. We have barriers still, but I think at this age, at this generation, we are able to fight it out against men and all the circumstances that we come across.
Exactly.
But still, sometimes we feel that, not every woman can be so bold and gutsy. Some are very shy, timid. So they don't come out. Well spoken, ma'am. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we come to our last speaker, that is Chandrakant Rani. So Chandrakant Rani ji will be speaking about, that's a surprise. You better hear it from the horse's mouth. आइए चंद्रकांत जी.
गुड इवनिंग, सभी को मेरा नमस्कार. आज का टॉपिक है इचिगो इची. ये जापानीज वर्ड है. इसका मीनिंग है द आर्ट ऑफ मेकिंग द मोस्ट ऑफ एवरी मोमेंट. इसका हिंदी अनुवाद है एक अनोखी मुलाकात, एक अद्वितीय मुलाकात, या फिर इस पल में छुपा मौका. हर पल में छुपा है एक मौका. इसमें हमें यह बात पता चलती है कि हमारी हर एक मुलाकात अपने आप में एक अनोखी है, और अनोखी है जो पूरे जीवन में कभी भी दोहराई नहीं जाती है. हर मुलाकात अपने आप में एक मौका होता है, लेकिन अगर हमने वो मौका खो दिया तो वह हमारे जीवन में दोबारा कभी भी नहीं आएगा. तिब्बत में एक दंत कथा बताई जाती है कि जिसकी मदद से हम इस संकल्पना को ज्यादा अच्छे तरीके से समझ पाएंगे. इस कहानी में कुछ इस प्रकार से बताया गया है कि एक शिकारी हिरण का पीछा करते करते बर्फीली पहाड़ी में चला जाता है. पीछा करते करते वह एक बड़े पहाड़ के सामने खड़ा हो जाता है, और उसके सामने ही वो पहाड़ दो हिस्सों में बढ़ जाता है. उस पहाड़ के बीच में से दूसरी ओर देखता है तो उससे काफी मनमोहक दृश्य दिखाई देते हैं. उसी समय एक लंबी दाढ़ी वाला साधु इंसान उसके नजदीक आता है और उसके सामने खड़ा हो जाता है. फिर वह उसे पहाड़ के दूसरी ओर आने की विनती करता है. शिकारी को यकीन हो जाता है कि उन पहाड़ों में जो जगह है उसमें एक इंसान आसानी से दूसरी ओर जा सकता है. उस साधु के कहने पर वो शिकारी दूसरी ओर देखता है तो आश्चर्यचकित हो जाता है. वहां उसे हर ओर हरियाली, पेड़ पौधे और सूरज की किरणों में से नहाते हुए खुशहाल बगीचे दिखाई देते हैं. एक ही पल में उसे यकीन हो जाता है कि पिछली कई सदियों से उस ओर यही नजारा रहा होगा और आने वाली कई सदियों तक यह नजारा वैसा ही रहने वाला है. उस शांत, समृद्ध और चैतन्यता से भरे माहौल में जानवर भी खुशी से उछल कूद रहे थे. शिकारी के चेहरे पर जो आश्चर्य था उसे देखकर वो साधु ने उससे पूछा, आपने अभी जो देखा क्या आपको पसंद आया? शिकारी बोला, हाँ, मुझे काफी अच्छा लगा. यकीनन यह स्वर्ग होगा. साधु बोला, हाँ, यह स्वर्ग ही है, और खुशी की बात यह है कि आपने उसे खोजा है. आप अंदर क्यों नहीं आते हैं? आप यहाँ पर हमेशा खुशहाल जीवन जी सकते हैं. शिकारी को यह सुनकर बहुत आनंद हुआ. बड़े जोश के साथ उसने कहा, मैं जरूर यहाँ रहना चाहूंगा, लेकिन उससे पहले मैं यह खुशखबरी अपने मित्रों और रिश्तेदारों को बताना चाहता हूँ. मैं उन्हें अपनी इस खोज के बारे में बताऊंगा और उन्हें भी अपने साथ लेके आऊंगा. साधु बोला, जैसी आपकी इच्छा, लेकिन मैं आपको पहले ही आगाह कर देता हूँ कि पहाड़ों के दरवाजे जीवन में एक बार ही खुलते हैं. वहां से पीछे हट के शिकारी ने कहा, आप फिक्र मत करिए, मैं बिना देर किए जल्द से जल्द लौट कर आऊंगा। कुछ पल पहले शिकारी ने जो दृश्य देखा था, उसकी वजह से वो काफी मोहित हो गया था। वो जिस रास्ते से वहां तक पहुंचा था, उसी रास्ते से वो अपने गांव वापस जाने लगा। नदी और पहाड़ पार करके वो अपने गांव पहुंचा। उसने अपने भाइयों को और अपने बचपन के मित्रों को अपनी खोज के बारे में बताया। वो भी सुनकर काफी खुश हो गए और उन्होंने उसके साथ आने की तैयारी दिखाई और वो पहाड़ की ओर चल पड़े। लेकिन वहां पहुंचते ही उन्हें पता चलता है कि पहाड़ों का दरवाजा हमेशा के लिए बंद हो गया था। अब शिकारी के सामने जीवन भर शिकार करते रहने के अलावा और कोई चारा नहीं था। हमारा जीवन वर्तमान के पलों में ऐसे मौके देता है। अगर हमने इन मौकों का लाभ नहीं लिया तो हम मौके हमेशा के लिए गवा देते हैं। आप जीवन में एक बार ही जीते हैं। आपके जीवन में आने वाला कोई भी पल कभी भी दोबारा नहीं आता, दूसरा मौका नहीं मिलता है। हालांकि हम ये सभी जानते हैं, फिर भी हम अपने रोजमर्रा के जीवन के काम में, चिंताओं में, प्रॉब्लम में इतने उलझे रहते हैं कि इतनी महत्वपूर्ण बात सहजता से भूल जाते हैं। जब हमें इचिगो इची की सही पहचान होती है, तब हमें यह यकीन हो जाता है कि इस पृथ्वी पर देखी हुई हर सुबह अपने बच्चों के साथ, परिवारों के साथ, प्रियजनों के साथ बिताया हुआ हर पल बहुमूल्य है और हमें उसे असाधारण महत्व देना चाहिए। इसकी शुरुआत में ही हमें यह बात समझनी होगी कि हमारा जीवन एक एक बार खत्म होता है तो कभी भी नहीं आता है। क्या पता कौन कौन सा दिन हमारे जीवन का आखिरी दिन होगा। लेकिन मौत आना असली प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। असली प्रॉब्लम है मौत आने तक जीवन की शुरुआत ही न करना। इचिगो इची का अर्थ भले ही आज नहीं तो कभी भी नहीं हो, लेकिन इचिगो की समझने के बाद हम जितने भी साल जिएंगे, उतने सालों में हुई हमारी हर मुलाकात एक यादगार होनी चाहिए। हो सकता है कि हम उन्हीं उन्हीं लोगों को दोबारा उन्हीं जगह पर मिले, लेकिन हमारी हर मुलाकात अलग होगी। अलग अलग समय हमारे सामने उपस्थित होने वाली या प्राथमिकताएं, प्रॉब्लम्स, मनस्थितियां और तनाव का स्तर भी अलग अलग होगा। इसलिए यह दुनिया इसलिए हर बार एक नए सिरे से हम मुलाकात का आनंद लेते रहेंगे। यह दुनिया हमेशा एक बहाव की तरह होती है और हम भी उस बहाव में बहते रहते हैं। अपने मेहमानों से ऐसे मिले, उनका ऐसा स्वागत करें जैसे कि यह मुलाकात आपके जीवन में दोबारा कभी भी नहीं आने वाली है। यह भाव मन में रखना चाहिए कि यह जीवन क्षणिक है और क्षणभंगुर है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
बहुत अच्छा बोला आपने, बहुत अच्छा बोला, सही कह रही हूँ। सही है, जिंदगी में मौकों को नहीं खोना चाहिए। लेकिन क्या होता है, आज ही मैं मेरे क्लासमेट ने स्टेटस में डाला था कि मौके तो बहुत दिए जिंदगी तूने, लेकिन समझने के लिए वक्त नहीं था उस वक्त, और अब है वक्त है लेकिन मौका नहीं है। ऐसा हो जाता है हमारी जिंदगी में, हम उस वक्त समझ नहीं पाते। और आजकल तो बहुत एक्सेस है वर्ल्ड में कि हर एक चीज आप फोन खोलते से ही आपको बहुत सारा मिल जाता है। उस समय ऐसे नहीं था, तो हम ये इतना सोचते भी नहीं थे शायद। हमें हमेशा लगता है कि जो आ रहा है वही है हमारी जिंदगी। तो इस तरह से होता है। वेरी वेल सेड, वेरी नाइस स्टोरी दैट यू शेयर्ड, वेरी गुड, थैंक यू सो मच। So with this, we come to an end for Sabki Suno program, and hope everybody has liked it. The topics were really good, and thank you and have a good evening.
Yes,
रमनी जी,
Ramani,
बहुत बहुत बधाई।
your knowledge also, you gelled with your comments with their topic. It's very nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
रमनी जी, बहुत बहुत बधाई।
Thank you, Bharat ji. Thank you, thank you.
Very nice.
Chal. Good night, everyone. You are doing so well. कितना सीखने को मिलता है. It's a sad part that
Yes.
some more people are not coming forward.
Thank you, Ramini. Very nice anchoring.
Thought-provoking.
Made us very
Thank you, sir.
comfortable.
Thank
मजा
you.
आ गया